Hello everyone and welcome back to Food Ventures by Yolanda. It's summer where I am, and so that means a lot of backyard and poolside parties, which also means barbecues. So for today's recipe I have chosen something really simple. It's a potato salad. It's basically almost entirely vegetarian. You can have it completely vegetarian, but if you would like to add a bit of a non-veg flavor to it, I'll show you what we can add to it. So let's begin with looking at the ingredients. So first we need potatoes. So I've taken about 3 potatoes, which is roughly 450 grams or 1 pound. We need a red bell pepper or a red capsicum, about half an onion. So this is the other half of the onion. I've sliced up the rest of it for the recipe. And I'm going to be using some Chinese chives. These are fresh Chinese chives, but if you don't have chives with you, you can also use the dried version. We're also going to be using about 1 clove of garlic that is finely chopped and 1 small green chili. If you like it spicier or if you like more garlic flavor, please feel free to add maybe another garlic clove or 2 and another chopped chili. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of sweet corn. This is straight from a can. Some spring onions or green onions finely chopped. I'm going to add this more for maybe to decorate at the end. Along with, these are the leaves of the celery. As you can see, the leaves on the top. So I've washed them and finely chopped them. And these are the chives that I spoke about earlier that are finely chopped. So this is going into the salad as well. So I'm going to begin by showing you, this is a piece of the boiled potato. So you basically just boil the water, take a pot of water, add the potatoes to it, a little bit of salt for flavoring, and boil them until they are fork tender. After that, just cool them down, and once they are cooled, if you prefer, you can leave the skin on or you can peel it like I have done. And then we're just going to chop it. So this is how I have chopped it, but you can chop it any which way you prefer. And we're going to add this to our bowl with the rest of the potatoes. I'll just show you the potatoes after. Let's get these and the rest of the raw ingredients out of the way. Okay, now with the red pepper, you have the option of cutting them like into big pieces like this, and then maybe cutting them into 1 centimeter pieces, if that's how you prefer it. Or you can cut them into thin strips and then cut them finely, which is the way I prefer it, but it's entirely up to you. I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces too, because that's how I like it. Make sure they cut through. And we add all of this to our bowl too. If you like more red peppers, please go ahead and add as much as you want. I've added about 1/3 of this. That's what's left of it. I've already chopped up the celery, as you can see here, but I just kept 1 small piece to show you how I cut it. So basically I just cut them into about 1.5 inch pieces, and then I cut each one into 3, and I chop them up like this. This adds a nice crunch. The celery adds a nice crunch to the salad. So we're going to add this to our bowl too. And that's the onion. I've just cut the half of the onion into 3 pieces and then cut them into smaller pieces. So we're going to add all of this into our bowl. Our garlic and green chili too. And I'll be back in just 1 minute. So now we have everything in our bowl. Let's add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to add a little bit of Italian style seasoning. So about a spoonful. I'm going to add some chili flakes, crushed chili flakes. You don't have to add them if you are not too fond of something spicy, but if spicy is your thing, then you could add that. And we're going to add some sweet corn. As I said before, this is straight out of a can. So I've added about 4 teaspoons. Add as much as you would like. That's entirely up to you. Next up, we're going to just give all of this a little bit of a mix. As always, I will be giving you the list of ingredients along with the quantities and a few more instructions on how to prep for the recipe. Everything will be in the description box, along with links to my other recipes which I have posted earlier. So now that we've got all of this mixed up, we're going to make a little bit of a salad dressing. So I have about a teaspoon of granulated sugar. This is finely granulated sugar. To which I'm going to be adding mayo. I'm using the mayo from the sachets, but you can add about 3 tablespoons of mayo to this. Get the spoon out of the way. So that's 1 sachet, and I'm going to be adding my 2nd sachet. And lastly, I'm adding about a teaspoonful of prepared mustard. I'm using the sachet once again. And we're going to be adding about 3 tablespoons of light cream. That's probably 4 teaspoons, a little extra spilled over. And we're going to give this a nice mix. If you prefer, we could use so we're going to blend this all nicely till all of the mustard has been mixed up. If you like it a little more spicier, you can add a little bit more of the mustard and the chili, as I said earlier, and maybe chili flakes too. Okay, so we've got this all well blended. We're going to bring back our bowl with the rest of our vegetables, and we're going to empty this. I'm just going to use the spoon to scrape everything off. Okay, so now that we've got our dressing in, we're going to give it all another mix so that we can incorporate the dressing well to add flavor to. I know the bowl is getting messy, but I will, once it's all done, put it into another bowl. I've made this and taken it to a barbecue party in the past, and it's been quite a hit. It was all totally wiped out, so maybe you might really want to consider giving this a try for your next barbecue. Okay, so we have it all mixed up now. I'm going to get a bowl and we're going to put it in the bowl. I've added salt when I boil the potatoes, so I haven't added any more here, but you can add about a half a teaspoon of salt when you're mixing it and before you actually serve it out. So I have it all in the bowl for now. To this I'm going to be adding a little bit of the green onions or the spring onions, and I'm going to be adding the chives and the leaves from the celery, which give it a really nice flavor. Just spread it out a bit. Does look colorful, doesn't it? And at the beginning, if you remember, I did say that if you wanted, this is purely a vegetarian option, but I said if you wanted to add a little bit of a non-vegetarian flavor, then I'm going to be sprinkling a little bit of this real bacon crumble on the top. This is what it looks like. It's just basically fully cooked bacon pieces, which you can sprinkle on the top. I'm going to add a few more. And there you have it. Our potato salad with celery and red peppers is ready to be served. So if you like this recipe, I would ask that you please consider giving me a like or thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you have, then thank you very much. And please leave your feedback in the comment section below. And if you're a subscriber, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I post my next recipe. So once again, this is Food Ventures by Yolanda. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me for my next recipe. Thank you.